live, right? Like Darnell every week, like, because I love that. I love like Darnell, like helping to facilitate, but like this being a space where it's like, here's what I'm learning about what's going on in my classroom. Here's what I'm learning about what's going on, with the stickiness in my responses, right? Yeah. So that's it. That's what I think. I agree. I think it would be great. And rotating members like presenting, crazy value.
Sweet. So I think for this call, I needed to do advertising it. I was up till 2 a.m. because I didn't go to sleep.
Jesus.
Yeah. No, you got to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, did you guys see the post I made at 2 a.m.?
Yeah.
I saw that this morning.
I was like going to put the thing together, and I was like, oh shoot, I said I'd film a video of this, and then I went onto my Loom. I'm like, oh, I've only got 5-minute Looms, and I don't want to use Corey's account for this one because it's not.
I thought you would have been more cracked out. You were less cracked out than I might have been.
2 a.m.
100%.
I put my daughter to bed, rolled out of her bed. I was like, all right, let's go downstairs and get back to work, guys.
Let's get right back to it.
Patrice, one of the things I'm thinking is that like what you can do is if you just tell people what we're going to do on these calls, right? Like what we just said, they will come. Like maybe not like, right away, but the more people experience it and the more they talk about it, then the network effect will happen.
Yep.
Because
what happened last week on the week before, whenever it was that I planned the community from scratch call, I just threw it in the calendar and then everyone decided, it was just like, oh, cool, that works. So I guess that's the one, is like just figuring out the topics that everybody wants and putting that out there, and then getting people lined up to talk about it, and then just giving people advance notice, right? It's a community. We're running a community. You got to run it like a community and tell people what to expect, when, and all that.
What's going on? Yeah.
And then throw the recordings. Then we could throw the recordings in. If you throw the recordings in the classroom, what that'll do is like people don't want to miss things.
Yep.
So if immediately after the call we're like, oh my God, and you tag the members. These 3 members just dropped some great value on XYZ. Go check it out in the classroom. Better yet, join us next week, right? Like,
perfect.
Because it's like, oh shit, I missed it.
God
I missed it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I guess that reminds me, Darnell, are you recording this one?
Yeah, I just started. Yeah. I got you.
Perfect.
I'll sneak in.
Capabilities set up for that.
I'm gonna be sneaking in these little best practices things.
Yeah.
Little like
That's the way to do it, though. That's what we need.
This is how we do it.
We run communities, so it's like we all know this stuff. But then for me to sit here like asking these questions, I'm like, yeah, this is a community. I just got to do the job the same way with this stuff, right?
Struggling with that so hard right now, like Patrice, to be honest, like because it's easy for me because I'm coming in from my vantage point, right? That's the only reason why it's like, oh, no brainer, boom. It's like, damn, Justino has a lot of really great ideas. Why? It's not my community.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm literally wired to do this, right? Like it's what I'm wired to do. I'm struggling to get my community off the ground right now, right? Like I'm working with my high ticket clients, and I swore that I wanted to get away from it, yet I'm really struggling with to start like my free in particular, right? And a big part of it is because it's like exactly what you said, Patrice. It's like sort of following the steps that you teach people to follow. You somehow it's like molasses in your brain, right? It's like, once somebody says it to you, you're like, of course, right? That's my system, right? That's like what you think, right? Like I watched. What's so funny is I watched your video in terms of what you're thinking of it. I think it's great, right? And I was like, man, why don't I just do that, right? It's like sort of like, meaning for myself, because I'm like, this is very similar to what I do, except super classroom focused, right? Just on the classroom. But I think that's why these Tuesday meetings can be very valuable, because I can say what I just said, and maybe other people can commiserate, and we can talk about solutions.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Plus, I think to highlight that point there too is it's what I noticed last week as well when I was asking for advice on the beekeeping community. It's just if you're too close to the problem, like you can't see the boat because you're standing in front of it trying to get on it. steer it in the right direction, right? I want to hold on to what Justino said. He said he's struggling, so he'll know if you guys had anything you wanted to pop in. But Justino, what are you struggling with? Let us help you.
Oh man. Okay, so here's what I'm struggling with. So
Let's go.
I came to school having already done high ticket like courses done for you, right? So I create courses for coaches, consultants, and like business owners, right? Who either they want to take their products and turn them into course and community sort of offers, right? Things that they can deliver at scale. Or they've never built a course before and they want that as a digital product, right? They want to create a course as a digital product. And so anything you can think of that's connected to that, like if it's not in a community, I just create like all of the interactive learning, like an interactive learning environment where they do assessments that feed back into them learning the skills, right? To make them actionable. Or if they have community, then we create the community content for them. Everything's about reinforcing the outcome, right? Getting them to where they want to get to. The clients that I've been working with previously, it's too much work. The money's really good, but it's too much work for a single client, right? So for example, like my price point was the $30K for a fully built out like course and community environment, right? Like really, so that would be on whatever platform they wanted, Thinkific, Kajabi, wherever they wanted it. Delivering on that is brutal, right? Because most people they don't know how to teach. They don't know how to take what you built and use it. And they're not willing necessarily to put in the time always to learn it, right? They want it built for them and then they want to walk away. And that's just not how it works, right? That's you still need to have a stakeholder within your business who runs this thing, right? So my thought was shift to school, scale down my offer a bit, right? Scale down my offer, go one to many, create I already basically have my ascension path like charted out, but the idea is like done with you, basically courses and classroom, right? My challenge is that I know exactly what I need to do. I have the path charted out. I have limiting beliefs because I haven't gotten people outcomes at this price point before. I've only gotten people outcomes at high ticket, right? And so I feel like and don't get me wrong, I helped somebody win the school games in November, and I helped them double their MRR. I worked with them the whole time. I'm doing it again now. But I keep telling myself every time, you don't know what you're talking about. You've never done this before. People are going to just tell you that, despite the fact that evidence is to the contrary. And it's really hard for me because every day I'm meeting with clients and helping them, right? But every day I'm literally helping my clients to make progress every day. And every day I'm telling myself, you're not good enough to do that, right? It's like, it's a surreal kind of dynamic. And I want to be really honest about it because I know I'm not alone and I'm confident enough in my capacities, right? That I can say this. And even though I feel embarrassed about it, right? Like, feel like I'm blocked here, but I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I know I have all this other stuff, but so I'm gonna just say that out loud. It's the first time I've said it. There it is, right? Here we go.
Definitely not a
So yeah, it sucks. It's not a fun feeling.
No,
Not a fun feeling.
not at all.
No, man, kudos to you for being vulnerable about it, though, right? Like, that's the first step, is admitting. It's not that you have a problem, but admitting it is the first part to finding a solution, right?
Yeah.
A quote that I wrote on my whiteboard. Do you guys know who Theo Vaughn is?
Yep.
A comedian. I said he's a comedian, Theo Vaughn. He's had Caleb Hanner from Financial Audit on YouTube on his podcast. And one of the things he said, because they were talking about like people's financial situations and they just need to work and people will realize how easy it is and blah, 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 blah. But if you do something well, people will pay you to do it for them. Do you do it well?
Yes.
Have people paid you well for it?
Yes.
You're just getting in your own way for no reason.
Yes.
And there's I don't know about like a solution around the mindset thing. It's like I had to listen to these podcasts and find these quotes and hear it for myself. And my wife gets mad at me every time because she's like, I've been telling you the same thing for months, but I had to hear it specifically in a certain way from somebody that I didn't expect, and then I hear it and it clicks, right?
Right.
So there's some of that as like a tactical. But I wrote that quote on my whiteboard, so I see it every day before I go into the basement. It's like if you do something well, people will pay you to do it for them. Right?
Yeah,
and that's, I think one of the things we realize as operators on school is we know this shit so much better than a first time creator coming in like, oh, I think I'd like to use it. We're like, we know how to use it. Here, let me, and we can have that confidence in us. That's, I think, there's the part of what would help you is going to be just continuing to get those reps in, and then just writing that reminder to yourself somewhere where you see it every day, like, you're good. Like, I am good. Like, I'm doing, got these results, did whatever, right? Like, whatever it is to kind of remind yourself and anchor you. Because I go through that same thing where I'm like, I'd say it on the calls, like, I don't know shit. But then, like, I have a conversation with somebody and they're like, oh man, you know so much about school. I'm like, I've just been here paying attention, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if that helps in terms of, guys, if you had anything else more tangible in terms of helping.
The only thing I would say is, like, for, a big thing that you also have is people, like, something I got from, like, when I used to do sales was you oftentimes have, like, people, you can say the exact same thing to people, and just because somebody else says it, and they're the manager, they'll believe the exact same thing yourself. They'll just be like, oh yeah, that's it. That's the thing. It's like, I just said that 30 seconds ago. But because somebody else said it, you're just like they'll take it and be like, oh, okay, well, because they said it now, I have to believe it. So sometimes it's not because you said it or you said anything wrong. It's they just need to hear it from a different voice, a different medium somewhere. Maybe they need to read it. Maybe they need to hear it. Like, sometimes it's just not, it has nothing to do with you at all. So that is
yeah. And that's the hey, what's going on, Jamie? One of the yes. So I guess that's the thing, and I think a part of it is specific to me because as I said, like I already have the social proof, right? Like not even just like I've helped people win the school games already. They've given me testimonials. I have courses that I've sold for $30K, right? To people who've then gone on to sell them for even more. Yet I think a part of it is I do have a specific thing because I'm an educator, right? That I'm super focused on teaching people how to do things and creating these environments. But I've never, like, either I work with high ticket clients or I work with my students at the university for free, right? For like, my salary, which is basically for free, right? Because, teachers don't get paid nothing. I think a part of it is that there's a mindset shift that I'm trying to go through, right? That's like, you can offer value at this price point. You can offer transformation at this price point, and you have experience offering it. You've just never done it. You've never delivered an offer in this way, right? You've never delivered an offer in this way. And so, so that's the thing and that's why I said it out loud, because I want to come back next week. And I want to say, right, I'm on the hook now, right? Like, and I want to say, this is how I dealt with it this week. I'm going to employ some of what you're saying, Patrice. I'm going to like sort of very much the same thing, Darnell, like, and very much focus on coaching myself, right? I'm very much going to focus on like mindset, coming up with my, I don't know what they call them, mantras. What are they? What's the affirmations? Because I realize that's what happens. I'm unconsciously doing negative affirmations every day, right? Like,
words got power.
Yeah. You know what I just realized? I'm done this without realizing I have a 9:30.
Oh shit.
So I have to come back. I will be back. Are you hosting on Thursday, Patrice?
Yeah, I'll have a 2-hour topic focused on Thursday.
Okay. I will be there, and then I'll come back here on Tuesday to talk about my feedback. I also have an idea for something I just helped the community with that I want to talk about, but I'll because that could be a good topic for one of our Tuesday sessions.
Yeah, and send me a message. That goes for anyone watching the recording right now too. Is just send me a message. We're gonna start having you guys host these on Tuesdays, so we get variety.
There we go.
Thank you. All right, and I will stay for the full time next week. My apologies.
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries, man. Go do that client meeting. That's important.
Yeah, and I'm gonna come up with my affirmations because I'm taking action today on my community. I will message to both of you and let you know what I do. before that. Thank you.
Post your operator logs. That's your operator
Exactly.
log for today.
Ooh,
Thank
that's
you.
big.
That is my operator log for today. Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank
Let's
you.
go.
Bye.
See,
Go crush it. That's one thing I know I've not been. I've dropped the ball, and I need to do my own operator logs and just get more consistent about that.
yeah,
Something I definitely need to do better.
being consistent.
I know people like them though.
Yeah, for sure. Like I think it's helpful just to have like see like what everyone else is doing it and their unique way of doing it. Like it's obviously we're all doing the same thing, but like having different perspectives on how to do like the individual things, I think is helps like try get you to be creative on how to do everything that we do.
When like Suzanne does like the Facebook to school,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's cool to get to see, like you said, everybody does it differently, but just the different models and methods and
Mhm.
everything, you know, us getting to share and talk about it and have a space for that, I think that's what everyone really enjoys the most.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know, like, I was watching a lot of Evelyn, like, when she first started, and like having her like journey of like switching from Facebook to school, and like having Evelyn talk, like, or having her talk about it too, is like, wow, like there's so many similarities in the way they do things, but then there's all like the differences in how they do things as well. It's like, I wouldn't have thought to do it that way, but like now that she said it this way, and then like you get to like actually pick apart and say, hey, maybe this worked this way, but here's a different option I can try because I've now seen something else. So it's just more tools in the tool bag to grab from, which I love personally.
Yeah, which is great because on Thursday we're doing every school strategy ever.
Let's go. We got so many. 2 hours
That's
might
gonna
not
be
be
good.
enough.
Yeah. Well, I just was thinking a lot about like there's like the cycle of business. There's kind of the 4 phases you go through and they repeat, and then I called it like your triad of resources or something like that. Like you've got the things you're skilled at, time on your hands, right?
Yeah.
You may have money or money or an audience. So it's like passion / experience. Like the what is the topic and the thing? How much money do you have to put towards this, right? And then I already forget what that third one was. But yeah, then the strategies, right? Like free to paid, free trial into high ticket, free trial to low ticket, free to low ticket to done for you. Like all the different methods to be used on it now. And like the one-time purchases for communities. Like this would be good for events, and here are some use cases for that. And just to go through all of the different strategies, because in that way, when we're talking to clients, they're like, "What do you think I should do?" Like now you've got context because you're like, "I know we did every school strategy ever, roughed it out on paper. So now, like, okay, well, which of these 4 steps are you on?
Yeah.
Okay, now do you have all 3 of these things, or just 2 of them, just 1 of them, none of them? Okay, now we got a problem, right?"
Exactly.
And then figuring out the model based on the business they want to do. Because figuring out for my parents what to do with the beekeeping model. That's where I'm like, I gotta look at all the options. And that's where that came from. Is like, I gotta look at what are all the options that I could do with them. 1, 2, 3, like what are the community choices and all that. So it's just like, well, I'm just gonna bring you guys together to do that then.
Yeah, like just it's a giant brainstorm, really, and that's I think the coolest part about it is like there's not really too many places where like operators or people that are just school heads like really get to learn and like nerd out about the thing that they're actually doing in a place where other people actually understand what the heck they're talking about. Like just even like when you have like business friends, like you're talking like if you don't have business friends, like they don't know you're speaking to them, but they don't know what they're talking about. And even when they try and help out, like they don't actually like they might have taken one college course like 13 years ago. They don't really remember like what they were doing. So like having people that are in it every day that are actually doing the work gives us like honestly an unfair advantage over people that are just like I'm just doing this stuff, or like the amount of people that are just like I don't even like watch the Q&As. I'm like, what? what do you mean you don't watch these things? Like it's gold in here. Like this is how we do like our jobs. This is how this works. So like it's wild to me. But then that's our advantage. Like as operators, like we get to having this information gives us the advantage to be able to say, hey, this is how you do this. This is you have this problem. I got you. This is it.
That's the thing I realized too with talking to more clients is that's the value you bring to the table as an operator is knowing just knowing the platform and knowing the stuff, like what they're paying for you, what they're paying for is your speed and your knowledge of like knowing
The stuff. Yeah.
how do you set up the classroom, how do you set this up on the about page, like what's ideal, what's the DM strat, like all the different stuff. And then the model of like if you're doing paid, free to pay, like whatever it is, right? That's the benefit that those clients get from us is that we help them move faster, right? Like they would have been floundering around for 3 months. They instead paid you and you did 3 months in 1 month for them.
Yeah.
And then now next month you guys can go and pump out a bunch of MRR or something, right? Depending on the client and the setup process.
That's the game. Like I don't think I think it's a lot easier like once you have that, like he was saying, like just having that confidence of like understanding like you know how to do this. Like you don't like everyone here that I've talked to so far, like they know how to do this. Like we got it. It's just a matter of doing the work and like getting comfortable saying, I can do this. I know how to do this. There's whatever's in like the mind fuckery that's in our head does not matter. Just do the thing. You have it. It's in there. Like before I got on this call, like I was like, I don't know if I know. And then I'm like, because I was reading the notes, I'm like, I don't know what half of this stuff means. And then I'm like going through it like before you got on the call, and I was like, oh yes I do. What? Oh, and I'm just talking. I'm like, I know exactly what all of this means. But reading it, I'm like, what the fuck what did I write? Like, but as I'm reading, I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, got it. Okay, this is easy. This is what I spend hours a day reading and talking about. So,
what did you think of Samuel's hot seat with Hermosa yesterday?
I liked it. I thought it was super cool to hear them like go through everything. Like especially like working with him previously, like it was super cool to hear him talking like the way he talks about his business is what's the way like he talked about it then was super cool to like hear like how passionate he's about painting, but also like the business of helping people understand like how to paint better and like creating something that actually like can like change their lives. Like I think that was beautiful, and like having a process like and a system working towards that I think is awesome, and seeing like that you don't have to be perfect and you can still make a decent amount of money, you can still make a living, you can still do a ton of things and not have everything perfect. You can not have all the tracking down, you can not have everything that you need and still be okay. Like you don't have to have your landing page perfect, you don't have to have your thumbnails perfect, you don't have to have, none of it has to be perfect, just as you just keep fixing things over and over and over again, and just like it's not a or, it's an and. You're doing all of the things, not just a piece of things and saying I'm going to switch one thing out for another. You got to do it all of it, because it's all important, unfortunately, and that's the game that most people don't want to do. That's the work that makes you different from everyone else, which it is what it is.
That was kind of my two sides of the takeaway. Was like oh my god, you can like it's imperfect action and an example here, and it's in front of Alex Hormozi, right? It was just cool, and he obviously tore it apart, but generally you don't need the perfect plan and all the stuff in place. You just need to go do, and you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars like Samuel being a painter, right? Because he does a lot of cash collecting. But then also on the same side is like, how do you do what he does? And I know he's got a COO, and if he's listening to this recording, Sam, brag. How do you not have your conversion rate set up on your landing? I think it might have just been that Samuel just didn't know, right? Yeah. Sam probably knows really, really well. But that was just crazy, is like not having some of those core metrics locked down. Like when you know all the traffic is going to that one place, but you don't know what percentage is like clicking through, and you're not testing that over time. Like it was just perplexing to me, where I was like, man, it's amazing. You don't need all that stuff to get that far. That's so cool. And obviously the answer to the next question is you just get there by just doing it, right? But like B, how do you get there without like not paying attention to some of this stuff? And then C is like Samuel, there are 100,000 other Samuels out there that are facing the exact same problems, who didn't get just as lucky to blow up or whatever, who aren't friends with Ted Carr and Samuel Evans and on the school inner circle and the early investor, whatever, right? Like there are hundreds of thousands of people that are not as fortunate as Samuel, that need to know what he just learned on that call, right? So just getting access to us, that's the pay to play, right? Some people, of those 100,000, some people want to pay to play to talk to us, so they don't end up in front of Alex Ramosi like Samuel, or not knowing what their landing page conversion is.
Yeah.
So it was just I want them to do more of those. Like, I think if they did one at least once a month minimum, I think it would be great. But if they did like every second week, and then as long as they allowed some more time for Q&A, because I think that might like amp up some energy in the guys. I thought it was really great. It made me think. I did a hot seat with Sahil yesterday, so I know he had to drop off the call, but it was cool to see. And then right after the webinar, or right after the Q&A with Alex Ramosi now, I think it ends after the hour, and then a half hour later, Ryan Duncan is doing mindset calls in his free community.
Oh, okay.
So I hopped on one of those, and it was good. You know, he was sleep deprived and he ranted, and it was really funny. But it was really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
And then he called a bunch of us out on our bullshit, and we were chatting and going around. And then he basically, I asked him some advice about something to focus on. He told me not to worry about it, to focus on the other thing, which would be the Google Ads Masterclass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he laid out all the math in front of me and was like, yeah, if you just do this, that's 10K.
Yeah.
And like, he basically did everything Hormozi did, working backwards from like, okay, how much traffic are you getting? How many people are showing up to the webinar? How many people are this? How many people are that? He like did it all live. And I mean, Ryan is just a guy that's 24, has been around school for a year, and just went savage and just did only school.
Yeah.
So that's I don't want to say that's the only reason, but that is basically, he's not an untouchable. Like,
there's no special
we can
sauce.
all be like Ryan Duncan,
Mm-hmm.
minus we're all in Australia staying up on school for 18 hours a day, because we probably have lives and stuff. But that's why he is where he is, right? Is he went crazy with it. And we can all be that and do that too, because he's just a guy.
That's it.
But it's still cool to see and hear him. Like, he went off like Hormozi, and he gave me great advice that I knew what to focus on. Like, I have a big number 15 written on my computer now, and I'm going for 15 sales, and I'm going to make 10K. Boom, done, right?
Yeah. and that, like, I think for me, like, I think the craziest part is, like, coming from, like, doing sales before, like, there's so many things that I'm hearing that I'm just like, they told me this, like, word for word, like, and I was like, I can't stand these people. And now I'm like, and now, like, every time I'm on school, like, I hear somebody else say the same thing, and I'm just like, I've been bullshitting for years, because this stuff has been in my face, like, hearing like all like the sales stuff. I'm like, I have been hearing like word for word. They've been telling us this stuff for like is flat in your face, like, and it's so easy, like. It's so easy to win. Like, you just show up. Like that's, I think, probably one of my favorite videos of Alex's is just show up, and like that's it. If you just show up, you'll win. Like, period. Because most people don't want to do it. They don't want to do the work. It's poor everyone else that has to carry these bodies behind. Like, that has to do all this, watch all these videos. That has to figure all this stuff out. Like, we've done it already. They have to do all this stuff to get here too. Like. It's like our opportunity is here, and like I think that's the part that makes me excited and like gets me up every day, is being like, we're so close. Like, it's here. It's like, yeah, like, because I've used all of these tactics from, I ran like a cleaning company. I've used it for photography. Like, all of the strategies work if you just do them, word for word. They all work, every single one. It's frustrating that they all work. Just do them. So.
And I know we're not at our time, but I feel like that's a great spot to stop the recording.
That's it.